Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe in this crazy time that's happening right now. I know with everything going on, a lot of you guys might need a little distraction, and so I really wanted to sit down and film my bullet journal setup for April, and maybe it will give you guys some inspiration for your bullet journals. So for this month, I wanted to do another acrylic painting because I had so much fun doing my March one last time. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to get out some acrylic paper, which I did not use last time. I totally forgot I had it. And I'm gonna get out my paint palette, which I honestly need to clean, but acrylics are so hard to get off those things. And then I'm gonna get out some paint brushes and a small bowl of water, and then all of my acrylic paints. And I've been having so much fun with acrylic painting lately, if you guys haven't been able to tell. I have actually taken a ton of Skillshare classes on acrylic painting recently, and I'm sure you guys know who Skillshare is by now, but if you don't, they are an online learning community with thousands of different classes and things like entrepreneurship, art. They have a ton of painting courses, which has been my kind of thing right now. I've been taking this class for acrylic painting, and every time I take a course, I realize there's so much more to learn. Whether you guys want to take up a new skill or improve the skills you already have, Skillshare is a great place to do that. Their premium membership gives you access to their entire library of their thousands of classes, and it's super affordable at less than $10 a month. But if you guys click the link in my description, you will get 2 free months of Skillshare. Okay, so I'm going to go over the rest of my supplies that I'm going to be using for my April spread, and this time I'm using colored pencils, which is a first for me. I never really use colored pencils at all, but I've been loving all the tutorials that I've seen lately where they layer paint with a colored pencil design, so I really want to try it. And before I get to painting, I just laid down some craft paper on my table because I really didn't want to get paint all over it, and I'm going to do some masking tape on my paper and then get all of my colors out. And the colors that you see here are the only colors that I'm going to be using for this painting, so if you guys want to recreate it, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the colors that I am going to be mixing together. And so yeah, I'm going to be taking my paintbrush and pretty much doing a little bit of each color, honestly, and a lot of white, and I'm going to be using this for my sky. And my painting idea was to kind of do like a little house on some hills. I was thinking a ton about what theme I wanted to do for this month, and honestly, all I've been doing for the past week has been playing Animal Crossing since it came out on the Switch, and I've been obsessed with my little house that I have. I just think it's super adorable, so I wanted to do a painting with a little house with its fireplace going. So while this isn't gonna look anything like the house I have in Animal Crossing, it's just kind of what sparked this idea for me. And while this one isn't truly inspired by like the artwork, I am totally planning on doing a whole like spread dedicated to Animal Crossing soon. I'm thinking it will be like a weekly spread or something. But yeah, I'm super excited to do that one. So if you guys want to see it, let me know and maybe I'll film it or something. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of filling in my little house with paint. I'm going in with a lighter color for the front of the house, and for the side of the house I'm doing just a teensy bit darker of a shade. And for the roof, I'm actually going to go in with a dark kind of gray color, and I'm going to use that also for the windows. And then I'm going to get out my favorite thing right now. I got a extra fine point Posca paint pen marker, but it is in the shade of like a light beige color. It's seriously the perfect color for doing detailing without having it like a bright white color, but I'm going to be using it in a bit to do some detailing on the bottom. For now, I'm gonna go in with a very light kind of like tan peachy color for my little smoke coming out of the chimney, and I'm gonna go back in with the Posca marker to do some window detailing. And for the inside of the windows, I needed a much smaller pen to do that, so I got out my jelly roll, and then now I'm just outlining my little smoke cloud with my black colored pencil. And to do a perfect circle for the moon, I took this cap to one of my paints and I actually just dipped it in some paint and then placed it on my painting like a stamp, and it worked out pretty well. And to finish out the sky part of my painting, I'm just doing a bunch of little dots and stars with my Posca marker and my Jelly Roll pen. And then I'm going to go in and do some like little ferns and leaves at the bottom. And I'm just doing this with my black colored pencil. And I find that it is somewhat difficult to get a dark black line with a colored pencil on acrylic paints. So I kind of have to go over it a few times to get that more saturated, darker color. And I'm just shading those leaves in, and I'm going to do some more leaves on the other side. So I'm just finishing up the small little detailing, and I'm ready to peel off my tape. I used this tape once before on watercolor paper, but for some reason on this acrylic paper, it's like peeling up some of the paper, which I definitely don't want to happen. So I don't really know if it's my method of putting it on. Maybe I pressed it down too hard, or maybe it's just the tape that I have. But if you guys have any suggestions on good brands to use, I'm definitely open to your guys' suggestions. But now I am just doing some final detailing, and I'm just drawing in some little dots around my plants and some smaller plants on the bottom with my Posca marker, and that's pretty much it for this painting. Okay, so now that I have my main painting done, I'm going to do my important dates section. On the bottom of the sky, I'm going to have a bunch of the dates for the month, so I want to leave a little room at the bottom. And on the top, I'm just kind of doing the same color that I used on my last painting, so it goes just right with it. And I notice when my paintbrush gets dry, it's really hard to get those like really clean edges. So I just barely dip my paintbrush in some water, and it goes on the paper much smoother. But now I'm going to do the detailing, and I'm just using the same method as I did on the other side. I'm just trying to kind of like mimic the sky that I did in my other painting, and that's pretty much it for this guy. Okay, so after a lot of scanning and editing in Lightroom, I finally got the coloring how I wanted it to look, and also the texture. Lightroom has this really cool tool where you can enhance the texture on the picture, and so that's a really good way to kind of make it look like the original, especially with acrylic paintings, since they tend to have a lot more texture than a normal like watercolor painting would. But I'm just going to paste that in with my Tombow tape, and the spread is done. Alright, so I'm going to move on to my planning pages, and since I'm kind of hunkered down and can't leave my house, I want to set kind of like a goals page for myself so I can just still be productive while I'm at home. It's just nice to have kind of like a page where I can lay out everything that I want to do, and maybe just some routines and habits that I want to set for myself for the month. And I'm just going to go in with the same colors that I used on my first two pages, and I'm just making these like little flowers at the bottom, and I'm getting out my micron pens, just adding some little sparkles and stems, and I think it actually looks really cute even though they're just like big blobs. I think the colors kind of go together really well, and I'm just lettering with my Posca marker again. I feel like you guys are gonna see this marker all the time now because I use it way too much. And then I'm just doing a border with that same pen. And on the right side, I wanted to do a business page because I am going to be changing up a lot about my kind of little Etsy business I have going. If you guys have seen my video running my shop for a day, you know that sticker making kind of takes over my life a little bit. It takes so much time. So I found it was about time to kind of outsource my sticker production to a company, and that way I can focus on creating more designs and doing other things that I wasn't able to do in the past. I finally realized that I can't do it all, and to be able to keep making designs and keep making art and improving my art, it's just something that I need to do for myself and my business. So I'm gonna do that, and I have a couple of other things that I want to change when it comes to my business, like making my own website. There's probably like 20 different things that I am going to do, but if you guys are interested in me like maybe filming a video about my process of improving my business, let me know if you guys would want to see that, because I know you guys really enjoyed seeing how I ran my shop, but I don't know if this is something that would be interesting to see. Just let me know and maybe I'll film it for you guys. But anyways, back to the video I'm filming now. I'm just doing these little boxes to do little daily tasks lists, and I usually don't like using boxes because I like to have room for writing about my days or about trips that I go on, and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do each day, so I don't like to limit myself to a small box. But honestly, right now I'm just at home, and I'm definitely not going to be going on any crazy adventures anytime soon, so I thought these little boxes would suffice. And I just did kind of like the same color scheme and the same designs as I've been using in the past, and I'm just taking my Posca marker again and doing these little bullet points. And my original plan was to do the squares on the right side as well, but I got kind of tired, honestly, because it was at like 1 a.m. that I was filming this. And so I just decided to go with some classic calligraphy and add some little sparkles and kind of call it a day. And yeah, this is the final spread that I did for April. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me setting up my April bullet journal, and I hope it gives you guys some inspiration for your bullet journal. You guys should definitely tag me in your recreations if you end up trying it out on my Instagram, Jenny Journals, or if you want to get the exact spread that I did, I will have that in my shop by the time this video goes up. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.